Hey, 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 beautiful heart. What's vibing today? Dr. Danae here to do today's reading. Today, I am going to be looking at the 5D energy along with the 3D energy. I'm going to use this deck to look at the ego consciousness, what is playing out underneath, and the 5D, what is truth, what is going on, and tie it all together and see what do you need to know to keep moving forward and work through whatever is going on. The energy has been very intense, very chaotic. As I've said before, chaotic energy doesn't mean bad energy. It just means it's chaotic. It's up, down, here, there, all over the place. You could be experiencing in your day-to-day situations that start out one way and then just end up, a few hours later or even minutes later, something different. So get in where you fit in. I could be talking about your energy, somebody you're connected with. Things aren't always about love relationships. It could be with family, friends, coworkers, the neighbor, whatever. This is a general reading. This is not a personal reading. So take the energy as it is, place it where you need to place it if it resonates. Never, ever, ever, ever try to make a reading fit you. You're not Cinderella. You don't need the glass slipper. So if it's not yours, don't make it fit. Just leave it. It's okay. All right. My readings are timeless. Doesn't matter when I'm recording it and when you're seeing it. When you're seeing it, that is when it is meant for you. All right. So I pull on the energy. I read the energy of what is going on currently. We are all at different phases on our journey, on our timeline. So if you may find yourself right in the middle of this could have already happened or it's about to happen. All right. Let's get into this and see what is going on. All right, we're starting out with number 12. Take a risk. Knight of Coins. 14, power. King of Coins, number 1, turn on. And this is Ace of Wands, basically. And number 1, intelligence. So the top row is the ego consciousness, our human consciousness, our old beliefs, the subconscious that rules our decisions and choices. So the energy that I'm picking up, it is very up and down. It's as if you talk yourself into taking a risk, whatever that risk is. For some of you, it will be walking away from connections. It may be walking away from a job, maybe walking away from family members. Others, it may be taking a risk of turning a hobby into a business, starting a business, going into a partnership, whatever. The energy here, though, with taking the risk, you get excited about it. You're on fire for it. Yes, you want to do it. And then the subconscious thoughts come up. A lot of, are you sure this is going to work? Have you thought of everything out? Remember when you tried this? Like all of this old chatter that gets you second guessing. This is something you have been thinking about for a while. So if you're questioning, Danae, what are you talking about? Who's this about? What's it about? This, that, and the other. This is something that you have wanted to do, envisioned it happening again, whatever it is for you. It's a long time coming. This isn't you know, this weekend you had an amazing idea or you saw or heard something and now you want to, you know, go all in. It's not that. This is years and years, could be a decade, could be a couple of decades. It could even be longer for some of you. With power and King of Coins, I feel like you have known that you were supposed to do this for quite a while. But again, I feel like you've pushed it down or sat on it, made excuses. Um, why you can't. I feel like you've listened to other people. So let me say this. Are you listening to people who haven't done it? If so, why are you listening to somebody who hasn't done it? Get around people who have already done what you want to do. The conversation will be absolutely different. The only people who are going to tell you you can't do something are people who aren't doing it. Pay attention to your circle. Pay attention to who you're listening to. You should really be listening to yourself, because outside influences, outside validation, it is very ego based, and there is no truth in that, because you are the one who writes your own story. You are the one, it's your own validation you need, not anybody else's. With the Ace of Wands, this turn on, allow yourself to be very passionate. Allow that passion to flow. I feel that whoever this is for, you've turned down your enthusiasm, turned down your power, stepped away, whatever it is, because of others. Whether that's you're afraid of what others are going to think, say, or what they have said, done, whatever. Intelligence. Yeah, this is number one, and it's Ace of Swords, and it's in reverse. Again, this is listening to the old dialogue, the old story. So if you're trying to do something new or move forward, calling in, want to manifest something different, but you're telling yourself the old story, you're not going anywhere. That's what is playing out in the subconscious, the old story. Ask yourself, am I telling myself the old story? Am I changing the words up to make it be like a new story? But truth be told, it's the old story. You got to tell a new story. So Octurians, number 8, pure white light, DNA, healing, sacred geometry. Yeah. And I love how this King of Coins is in a sacred geometry as well. Manifest, number 5, co-creation, gratitude, divine alignment, joyful visions. Joyful visions have nothing to do with the past, by the way. Purity, look at this. Both of these are number 1s. You are pure, open spiritual eyes. And if you notice here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's her, there's a light right there on her third eye. And it's a golden light, and she's looking through that. There's a light right here. This is a pure eye. You really are being called to get out of the stinking thinking, the old story. Tap in, tap into source, tap into who you really are, and allow yourself to tell yourself the new story. In other words, is take a risk, manifest. All of this has to do with you believing your new story and not giving up until that happens, until your manifestations come in. Earth Angel, number 4, kindness, sensitivity is strength, higher perspective, and divine abilities. Sorry, the light, you may not be able to see this one very well. Yeah, replace that old story, the stinking thinking, all of that with a higher perspective. For those of you, who have been in this energy of I always get hurt. People, I don't get what I give. Um, you give people chances, you are sensitive, and people have made you feel that that's a weakness. That's a lie. That's an old story that never had truth. Vulnerability and sensitivity really is a strength. It's learning how to be empathetic, but not lower your vibration and take on that energy. Always coming from that higher perspective. This week, this energy feels like you are going to have a choice. Things are going to be coming in that are going to, at first, want you to have that old story. It is your responsibility and your job this week to keep your eyes focused on what you want, the new story, watching your words. You are going to hear me say that all throughout 2024 like a broken record. Watch your words, watch your thoughts, and watch your feelings. If you're having thoughts and words that are lower vibration, heavy, dense, strive for a new feeling, a feeling that is lighter. Start to try to go into gratitude about something. I don't care what it is. I don't care how small. Start somewhere and build upon that. So the goal is to reach for a feeling that is better than what you're currently feeling so that you can shift this energy. You can't get out of the stinking thinking, telling yourself the same story, or saying, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to repeat. Guess what? The universe doesn't decipher that. You have more energy tied to the old. So, what you don't want to happen absolutely will happen if that's where your attention is. Your responsibility this week is getting your attention off of what you don't want, keeping it on what you do want, and keeping your focus, your words, and your feelings high vibrational, positive, supportive of what you want to manifest. And you don't stop until that manifests in your 3D. And here's the thing, it doesn't mean that you have to focus on it 24/7. Not at all. The higher dimension, the higher perspective way of dealing with things, situation comes in the 3D, you used to, you know, go into anxiety, worry, doubt, think, analyze, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Think, trying to figure it out. And then in trying to figure out, then you'll hop over here and you'll think. What am I going to do if it doesn't happen? What am I going to do if it doesn't happen? Holy crap. Self-sabotage 101. You can't put your thoughts and hopes on manifesting and plan for it not to happen, because guess what? You will manifest what you plan for. So if you're planning a backup plan, that's what's going to happen. This is saying once you take this experience or situation, whatever's going on, I don't care if it's an unexpected bill, whatever, and you say, you know what? All right, I'm going to put this into my heart. I'm going to give this to my I am presence. You know better, you deal with it. And another way of saying this, you guys, is giving it over to God. Give it over, then leave it. Go on about the rest of your day. Put your focus on somewhere else, because you gave it over to source to work out. It is not your place to jump back into when's it going to happen? How's it going to happen? What if it doesn't happen? Because in other words, you just took all that right back. Stop it. Leave it with source. Leave it with your I am presence. Go on about your day. Keep your thoughts high vibrational. Don't forget to go into meditation. And guys, there are so many different ways to meditate. Honor where you're at. Even if it's just taking 5 to 10 minutes out of your day to sit and stare out the window and not have any thoughts. Do that. That is not wasted time. That is getting out of your own way and allowing the higher energy to flow. That's when you're going to get your answers. So for those of you who have been talking yourself out of that, knock it off. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. All right. Get an angel card. Time to go in reverse. Stagnation, wandering, questioning, dead end. Yep. In fact, I'm going to light this little, let me get this here. All right. I am going to light a bay leaf right now. That's what I'm doing right here. For this, to help move this stagnant energy. Because again, this is talking about up here. Yeah, you want this, but you keep your attention up here. This is what is holding you back. You absolutely should be moving forward. But all this questioning, this doubt is keeping you in this stagnant, dead end space. That's where your focus needs to be this week, in letting that go. All right? Let it go so you could get back into the flow. All right, beautiful heart. Hope this helped. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. Alakai, Alakai, Alakai.